Hello? Can you hear me?
Good afternoon. How are you?
Oh, not
I
bad.
can hear
Nice to
you.
meet
Can you hear me?
I can, yes.
And you too.
Brilliant.
How you doing?
All
Okay?
good? Yeah, I'm all right. Not bad.
Yeah,
A little bit hot over here because I'm in Spain. So sort of, June's arrived along with the heat. So yeah, but it's expected, right? It's Spain.
Have you not?
So,
Have you got a heat wave over there at the moment?
probably not. But it's sort of summertime, I suppose. It's getting here. So yeah. Where are you based?
Oh, I'm in the UK, and right now we don't have the sunshine. So yeah, typical grey skies and cloudy, even though it's supposed to be summer.
Yeah. I've lived in the UK for a long time, so yeah, I know what it's like. Brilliant. Cool.
Yes, never
Anyway.
quite sure from one day to the next.
Yeah, that's right. So, Kathy, you're here from AnyTask, right?
Yes.
Brilliant. So, could you introduce that to us and tell us a bit what it's about and what you do?
Absolutely. First of all, thank you for having me this evening. So, AnyTask is a freelance platform. It's for matching buyers and sellers. It's for digital tasks, but we're quite unique in the fact that we're here for global inclusion. So what I mean by that is, so the sellers, freelancers, sellers, nobody's excluded, because you don't have to have a traditional banking method to be able to sell on the platform. So where perhaps talented people around the globe have been excluded on other platforms, that's not the case on AnyTask. So from a buyer's point of view, we have got a new talent pool, and because the freelancers can be anywhere from around the world, there's some real quality tasks at quite low prices. And the reason that they're low prices is perhaps some of the people from some of the countries, $9 a day is an average earning for them. We're often asked, because the prices can be low, excuse me, therefore the quality can't be good. That's not true. We've got some amazing sellers and freelancers and some talent on the site. So it's really giving an opportunity for businesses and buyers to be able to buy tasks that perhaps they don't have the resources for themselves, or they have low budget or limited budget. It opens up a whole new avenue and opportunity for them, from anything digital, from graphic design, anything to do with social media, content writing, floor plans, vectorization, photo edit. I could list, there's hundreds of categories, but it opens a whole new avenue for both sellers who have been excluded, but buyers who also want quality tasks at really good value.
Yeah, definitely. So, I've had some people help me with some tasks, and they're like from Kyrgyzstan, which I'm not even sure I could pinpoint on a map. And they're super talented as well. And touching again on banks, it's like incredible what percentage of people in the world don't even have a bank account, which is like something like so normal over here. But I'm not sure on the actual percentage, but it's surprisingly high. So it's definitely opening the doors to everyone in the world to actually learn a skill and monetize it is brilliant. So
yeah, absolutely.
I have a couple of questions we're going to go through today, and the first one's about you. So it's tell us a little bit about yourself and your journey building AnyTask.
No problem. So my previous career is quite diverse, from sales, account management, finance, in a number of industries. I have been with the ETN network just over 6 years. So I was with the company when AnyTask was first being discussed and being proposed and how it would work. I came into the ETN network to be working with partnerships with NGOs. Then was working very closely with the marketing team, and now head of operations. So I work really closely across all of the teams in the business, and we're really lucky to have some really talented people in our teams. That means that we can continue to evolve and move things forward for AnyTask.
Yeah, brilliant. And how did you discover blockchain?
So I had an awareness, a brief awareness, like most people. When I say to somebody crypto, the first thing they say is, "Oh, it's Bitcoin." I had a brief awareness of crypto, but through being mentored through Richard and working with the ETN network, I've been really fortunate to have a broader understanding about blockchain and its capabilities and what it can bring in the future. So I feel really lucky that it's actually an industry that's continuing to evolve.
Yeah, it feels like we've been in it for a long time, but we're still so early. That's what's exciting about it all. That's what's
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I find is really exciting. Okay, all right. So next question is about what sets AnyTask apart from other freelancer projects right now. So one of sort of freelancer project springs to mind from Web 2. What differences or what makes you stand out from it?
I think there's two main things that make us stand out. What the first and the important thing is the fact that AnyTask is powered by the Electroneum blockchain, and that is used for the payment methodology. But also, we're very much about putting the users first. That's both the buyers and the sellers, putting them first as to making sure it's fair for everybody. So, and I think because we're built from the ground up, we can see and we can monitor and we can talk to the users and see and get feedback from them and learn from what they find useful, make plans to be able to move forward. Our freelancers, like we've already talked about, the freelancers aren't excluded if they don't have a bank account. So it opens up a whole new talent pool, which is fantastic. The other benefit for the freelancers is the fact that once an order is completed, they receive the payment fairly instantly, often within minutes, within hours maximum. And once they have that, they have instant access. And like we also said, for the buyers, it gives them a whole new talent pool to be able to use at their disposal at really competitive and quality tasks at low prices.
Yeah, definitely. Because I've used the other platforms in the past. Like Fiverr, I suppose. And
don't swear at me. Don't swear at me.
Sorry, that's the one that comes to mind. But it seemed definitely better.
I know.
And it's all hassle. And then as you said, you put the users first. And whenever I've used other platforms, I sort of get the feeling that we're definitely not first. What about like ratings and reviews? And is there like a way for sellers or providers to like get a reputation somehow?
Absolutely, and we think that's really important. So whenever a buyer purchases a task, they're asked when they complete the order to leave a review. I think it's important for two reasons. One, it keeps the freelancers offering the best service they can because they know they're going to get a review on it. But also it helps buyers. We've got, I think when I checked this morning, just short of 30,000 active tasks at the moment. So again, it helps other buyers who are looking so they can then see the other people's experience. There's also on the freelancer's profile, it says if they've got any other jobs that they're currently working on. So if there's a slight delay or there's a slight queue, it also says how quickly people will deliver, if they've had any disputes against them. Because again, like we said, we're all about the users. So we have, should there be an issue, we have systems in place to be able to resolve that. So we think that reviews are important for both buyers and sellers.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's a little bit different, but when I go out for a restaurant or something, the first thing I do is check the reviews. Right, I want to make sure going to a place that's decent at least. And I like what you said about
absolutely.
I like what you said about the 30,000 gigs that are going on or jobs. Do you have any other interesting data?
So we in 2020. So we're just over 5 years old. We have had just under 800,000 users sign up to the platform.
Wow.
We continue to see sign-ups on a large numbers of sign-ups on a daily basis. We also see new tasks being listed on a daily basis. Those tasks we review just to make sure that they are compliant. But we are on a regular basis. I have somebody in the team that goes through and checks all of those, and it needs to be done on a daily basis because we've got new users and new tasks being listed all the time. Can I also just say, Ripto, that we also have AnyTask protection. So when we were talking about the reviews, should there be any issues, obviously we've got the dispute system, which is reviewed manually. There's no AI guessing what you're trying to put in a message. We do it manually. We're all about personal touch here. But both buyers and sellers are covered by AnyTask protection. So what that means is, as a buyer, you're not going to pay for something and then get something completely different delivered, or not even get it delivered at all. But also for the seller's point of view and the freelancers, we want to ensure if they do the work and they deliver the work, they also get paid for the work that they're doing as well. So that's, as I said earlier, we want to be fair to all of our users.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if there's a question about this, but if I wanted to sign up, is there any like requirements, like I need to link a phone address, like a phone number, or just an email address, or just a wallet?
So there's it's really simple to sign up, depending on whether you want to be a buyer or seller. So as a buyer, you would just go on to either anytask.com, or we've launched literally a couple of months ago the AnyTask app. Please bear with us, it's still in MVP, but you can either use the app or the website. Just sign up with an email address, a username, password, and start searching for those tasks. Really simple. As a seller, we require the seller to have an ETN wallet because they'll be paid for their tasks in ETN. Connect their ETN wallet through the Electroneum app. So download the app, get the ETN wallet, connect it to AnyTask, and then start listing your tasks to be able to sell.
Sounds good. Yeah, sounds very simple, which is always a great way to get in. Brilliant. So the next question I have is, how does AnyTask work end to end? So I imagine we've gone through this a little bit, but if you could run us through, I suppose, it'd be nice.
Absolutely. So end to end as a buyer. So sign up like we've just talked about. Really simple, really easy, free to sign up. You can either then put a requirement in our intelligent search, and it will come up with some results. Alternatively, we've got drop down categories. So have a look through there for what your requirements are. Again, like we've discussed, have a look at reviews, have a look at the freelancers. We also say which freelancers are online at that time. So if it's something you need quite urgently, you know that they're there to be able to respond. And then it's really simple to either then just go ahead and purchase the task, or if you've got a requirement that's a little bit niche or slightly different from what's listed, then you're able to contact the freelancer either through the messaging system, or you can raise a custom quote, which the freelancer will have a review and decide whether that's something they want to continue with. Or as a buyer, we have a job board. So that's something that's quite cool. So working end to end, like we've just discussed, searching for a task works really well, and other platforms do that. But if you've got something particularly niche, then a buyer can put their requirements on the job board, and then let freelancers come to them. So they haven't got to go through, some of the categories have got thousands of tasks in them. So the freelancers will come and give an offer on the work, and then continue just to purchase the task really simply.
Yeah, that sounds brilliant. And then, for example, if I posted a job and I had, like, say, 5 people, is there like a quick way to see who's like the best fit? Like, would they have like a profile and some resume or something?
Absolutely. Yes, yeah, you have a look at the offer, because you can put, if you're listing a job, you can put a price, a maximum and a minimum price in there. So the offers will come through, the sellers will put how they'd like to do it. You can then again have a look at their profiles, have a look at their reviews, have a look at their portfolios. So we like to try and keep things as transparent and as easy and quick for everybody.
Yeah, brilliant. And what about payment? So you're going to be touched on that a little bit, but yeah, how I can imagine how it works, but just go over it.
No, absolutely no. In fact, buyers have a couple of options available to them. They can pay with credit card or debit card as standard. They can also pay with ETM, and they can also pay with Bitcoin, XRP, and BNB. So there are a number of cryptocurrencies that you can use to pay for your tasks on AnyTask.
Brilliant. I didn't know that, and that's actually really, really attractive, because I thought you'd have to use ETN as a buyer, but no, being able to use a credit card is like really convenient. And then
you can use ETN. There's no problem with doing that, but you can also pay with credit card as well.
Yeah, normal money, right? Yeah, normal money.
Yeah.
And then if you're selling, you just get an ETN deposited into your wallet, or are there other options too?
Thanks to the Electroneum blockchain and AnyTask utilising the blockchain, at the moment sellers get paid in ETN directly into their wallet. That means that they have instant access to it. Like I said earlier, they haven't got to accrue a balance or have a minimum before they can cash out. That goes straight into their wallet, and as soon as they've got that, that's theirs to transact and do whatever they would like with it. We have got some exciting new plans coming with regards to the payments for sellers. I'm hoping nobody from my legal team is on here, and I don't know that I can say too much. We're just in discussion phase at the moment and planning, but there are some really exciting new features coming. But again, being able to use the blockchain without the Electroneum blockchain, this wouldn't be possible.
Of course, yeah. So everyone listening, I recommend you go over and follow AnyTask to be the first to learn about that news. And also, for anyone listening as well, you can enter the giveaway, which is $100, which is pretty nice. All you have to do is comment, repost, like, and follow to enter a chance of winning that. I think that Kathy, you also have like a little deal, like a gift code.
Yes, please. If anybody sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you.
No.
I just get really excited. I get excited about AnyTask. I'm sorry. Yeah, anybody that has joined, thank you for joining. If you would like to DM at AnyTask Official, please include your email address, and I will request for an introductory gift code to be sent over to you. In case anyone from legal is on here, T's and C's do apply, but we won't go into those because we haven't got time. But please DM AnyTask Official with your email to get some gift codes sent out as well.
Brilliant, perfect, cool. So we were just talking about ETN, and the next question is about ETN, and it's about why you chose them as your payment rail. And then there's what's coming next as well. That's another question, but I'm not sure if that was what you mentioned you can't talk about. But well, yeah. We'll start off with why did you choose ETN as a payment rail?
Okay. It made complete sense to utilize the Electroneum blockchain. The blockchain, the transaction speed, easy for me to say, the minimal fees, the security, and again by paying an ETN meant that it gave the unbanked the opportunity to join the global freelance world as well. So that was kind of they went hand in hand, but also with the possibilities on moving things forward in the future. For any task and blockchain capabilities, smart contracts, and what might be able to happen, and things that we're doing already, just makes sense to be able to do that and be able to move things forward.
Definitely, yeah, and especially if you've been involved in the ecosystem for a while, you know how it works. Yeah, just be like natural. And then I suppose for the what's coming next, they also have a little thing here written down, which is the roadmap tease. So, is there anything you can say about that, or not really?
But I don't know who's on the call. But yeah, the team are continuously working on improving and introducing new features to AnyTask all of the time. Like I mentioned, we had the AnyTask app that has literally just launched recently. So that obviously needs continual development work on it. We continue to upgrade the core technology, and we want to ensure the best user experience on the platform. But also, I am certain that we will also be introducing paying with other cryptos for buyers in sometime this year.
Nice.
And also, like I said, there's a new project that's in discussion and planning at the moment. It's just a slightly different method and options for the freelancers and sellers for paying out. But again, evolving with the blockchain, the Electroneum blockchain, smart contracts, that will continue to progress and move forward.
Yeah, and it will help you just become bigger and better. That's it.
Yeah.
You mentioned the app on apps on both Android and Apple. Is that
Correct? Yes.
just AnyTask and it will come up?
Yes, anytask.com on both of the stores, and you'll be able to see that. It is, like I said, we're literally, phase 1 has gone out. We're currently in the middle of phase 2. There are certain features that aren't available just yet on the app, but they are being worked on. I believe a release went to the stores this morning. So we're continuing to work on that. But if anybody has any feedback on their experience, then please share that with us, because we do value what our users think.
Great. I love to hear that. That's listening to the users is the best way to improve. I truly believe that. Brilliant. So I've got a couple more questions left, and this is about challenges and difficulties you've had, I imagine, along the way, because you've only been going for 5 years, which was quite a long time, and a lot of things have happened in 5 years, and I imagine some hurdles have appeared as well during your path. So have you had any major ones which you were able to solve scaling AnyTask?
I think that we're really lucky that we have a really good planning team in advance. So we kind of had most things planned out. That's not to say that we had hurdles along the way, because who doesn't have hurdles? As we've just said, the platform's been web-based for 5 years. So to have an app was really important. And we learned that really from the freelancers who were saying that they wanted to be able to respond to messages and orders on the go and just have AnyTask at their fingertips. So that was something that was really important for us to get out there, which we have now done and continue to work on. But again, when we launched, it was very much that the sellers listed a task. It was then the buyers to search through and find what they needed. And we found that perhaps somebody had something niche that they were looking for, and they couldn't quite find the task they thought would match. Yep. So that's when we introduced the custom quote feature, which allowed the buyer to be more specific in their requirements, to be able to ask the seller if they could work on that. And then from that then evolved into the job board, which we touched on earlier. So people can list their exact requirements, and then the sellers can come to them. It wasn't so much a technical hurdle, it was more user experience and making it easier and smoother. We know time is precious and time is limited and people are busy. So again, It's just making the whole experience easier. But we learned that along our journey. That's not something that was in the initial roadmap at the beginning.
Yeah, but actually I have a little technical issue, not an issue, but something I need to do technical. I don't know how to do it, and I might post on that job board, see if I get any candidates to help me out.
Please
And
do.
and so it's quite wholesome, I suppose, because you're giving lots of people around the world opportunities to make some extra money or to make like a lot of money for them. Do you know any stories of like someone's life you've already changed or not yet? Yeah.
Yeah, and I love telling this as well. It's just to know that the job I do on a day-to-day basis and the team and the work that we put in is actually making a difference. So we know and have seen that people that have sold tasks on AnyTask and have then gone on to buy top-ups for their phones, data, utilities, vouchers for Spotify, Steam, Google. So knowing that people have earned and then actually spent it on something that they need. We know that so many of the freelancers have said that job opportunities in their area is really limited, or they're just expected to follow the father's footsteps, for example, in a career they've got in a job, not even a career probably, and they've got no interest in at all. We also know from speaking to a number of the freelancers, a lot of them are university, and many of them are also continue to self-teach themselves. That was really bad English. Sorry about that. Continue to learn and enhance their skill set to stay up to date with the latest technology. We've got one guy. I can't mention names because I'm supposed to be a parent and not have favourites. But we've got one freelancer. He was really worried because there was 2 job opportunities in his area, and that was either farming or clothing manufacturing. But he had a real passion and was really artistic, and he wanted to go into graphic design. He was really unsure how to pursue that and was really concerned because there was a lot of poverty even now in his area, and also a lot of unbanked in his area. So he was really kind of stuck as to what to do, but wanted to follow his passion. And thanks to AnyTask, he's able to pursue that. In his area, his average daily earnings is $5.30. This particular freelancer, this warms my heart, has got over 140 reviews on AnyTask. So he's able to follow his dream and his passion and do something he's good at and enjoys.
Yeah. Hopefully earn a bit more than the average salary from his area, because I've traveled a little bit. I've been to Indonesia and I've been to India as well, and it's a little bit. It's surprising how far a little bit would go. Like $5 or $10 or 20. It's like it's be surprising how far it can go and how much it can help out, and like not just like one person, like the whole family or even the whole community. Because like in Indonesia they live like in little communities and they all sort of like do each like one thing, and like a little bit of money would go like a long way, definitely, even if it's just like for
absolutely. And people think that because it's $5, it's not going to be quality, but as we said, it is quality. As we said earlier, to prove to you it's quality, DM AnyTask official. I'll get you a gift code so you can see for yourself the quality. It's not that they're not qualified and have the skills, like they just don't have the opportunities that myself would take for granted. So it just gives them the opportunity, and it's great value for the buyers as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, it's definitely something great you're building, and it's helping people around the world. So it's it really is good. And then sort of wrapping up, I suppose I've got like one little question, which is just about where people can stay up to date with you guys and maybe join the community and just sort of stay in the loop.
Absolutely. And those things that I've said that I shouldn't have said that perhaps we're working on in the future, all of those will be announced. We've also got another project that we're working on at the moment that I'm hoping will be live in the next quarter, which is to be able to have discount codes for the platform. So anything like that will be announced on our social media. We're on Facebook. I always say Twitter, but obviously I mean X, sorry, old school, and Instagram, and all of those are at AnyTask Official. So please follow us on those platforms to be kept up to date with the latest news and information.
Brilliant, definitely. Actually, there's a comment. There's a question that's come through. If you want, I can quickly read it to you. So the question is if there's a verified feature to give freelancers a little bit more credibility.
So at the moment, that's a really good question, and thank you for that. That's something we've discussed internally. So at the moment, it is reviews. We are aware of other platforms, and they have different levels. That is something that has been discussed, but at the moment, I've got some other bigger, more exciting projects that I'd like the team to be focusing on in the short term. But that is definitely conversations that we have had, and I speak regularly with the head of product with regards to that. So that will be something that will be considered.
Brilliant. So I think we'll wrap it up here. It's been lovely having you here. It's really great project you're working on. I can't wait to head over and explore it and post my job out. I will do that for sure. And for anyone who's listening, just a quick reminder again, if you DM AnyTask, you be able to get like a little gift code to use on there. And then I'm also giving away $100 for anyone who's listening, but you have to just comment and repost, like and follow, which I suppose is all right for $100. So thanks for having you and come in here and explain everything to us. And I hope to speak to you soon, maybe to update us on how it's going.
Thank you very much for having me this evening. Thank you for everyone that's joined, and I look forward to seeing your job live on the job board shortly.
Yeah, I'll forward it to you. All right. Okay. Thanks everyone for joining, and speak soon. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank